everyone, welcome to yet another video by Chris and Alan Info Hub. Today we are going to be starting a new series which is really exciting. It's going to be called the Science Series, and in this series we are going to explore modern topics of science as well as topics of our interest. So to start off with, we are going to be looking at communicable diseases and especially the Nipah virus. So let us get started. So to begin with, let me pose you a question. What do we mean when we say a communicable disease? A communicable disease actually refers to a disease which is caused by a pathogen and can spread from one organism to another via various transmission methods. This then leads us to another question. What exactly is a pathogen? A pathogen is any parasitic organism which can infect another organism and cause the spread of communicable diseases. There are four main types of pathogens: virus, bacteria, fungi, and protists. All pathogens have very simple life cycles. They infect the host, reproduce or replicate in the case of viruses, and they spread to another host. Without these life cycles, the pathogen is unable to reproduce and fulfill its purpose as a living being. All pathogens are also highly adapted for this function. They are very easily transmitted from one host to another, and this is known as being infectious, which describes a pathogen which can easily be transmitted. An example is measles, which is an airborne disease and can spread through droplets in the air. Other pathogens, such as the norovirus, which is the winter vomiting bug, can reproduce very quickly. Others can survive long periods outside of their host bodies, and these include the Staphylococcus bacteria. Now it is the appropriate time to discuss the various methods of transmission. Pathogens can spread via the air when it's described as airborne. These spread through tiny droplets in the air. An example is the influenza virus. Some pathogens can spread through dirty water. An example is cholera. Other pathogens can spread through direct physical contact. This can actually be sexual or non-sexual. An example of a sexually transmitted disease, an STD, is HIV, human immunodeficiency virus. An example of a non-sexually transmitted disease is athlete's foot. Pathogens can also be transmitted through contaminated food. Example, Salmonella or Campylobacter. It can also be passed through an animal called a vector, which is an animal that carries a disease without getting infected itself. An example is tuberculosis, which in the UK is believed to spread via badgers. The Nipah virus, as its name suggests, is a zoonotic disease. A zoonotic disease refers to any disease which is caused by an animal, and in this case, fruit bats. The very first case, or the patient zero, or even the index patient, was reported in Malaysia in 1998. However, the most remarkable outbreak was in Kerala in 2018, which is really recent. This is not only because of the remarkable fatality rate, but also due to the adequate response of the Indian government in containing the disease within the Kerala borders. In fact, the disease was localized in the districts of Kozhikode and Malappuram. The virus claimed 17 lives out of the 19 infected, and hence has a fatality rate of 90%. This is really alarming considering the current pandemic has a death rate of about 4%. The timeline of the outbreak in Kerala. The index case of the outbreak was reported at Subdivisional Hospital in Parambra in Kozhikode on May the 2nd. The patient, Mohammed Sabit, was later taken to Government Medical College in Kozhikode for further treatment, where he was later reported to be dead. His brother, Muhammad Salih, was later admitted to Baby Memorial Hospital also in Kozhikode with suspected encephalitis, viral encephalitis, which is the inflammation of the temporal lobes and the inferior frontal gyrus. The gyrus is inferior frontal gyrus is one of 4 convoluted tubes in the frontal part of the brain. A team of doctors at the Memorial Hospital suspected Nipah, as the symptoms are similar to that of his brother. The samples were then tested positive for Nipah by the National Institute of Virology in Pune. The disease was then passed on to 17 other people, bringing the total to 19 infected cases. This led to the Indian government enforcing strict lockdowns on the districts of Malappuram and Kozhikode. To fully get an idea of this disease, we must also know its general symptoms. A general patient with Nipah virus presents symptoms such as respiratory infection, encephalitis, headaches, fevers, disorientation, drowsiness, and breathlessness. However, some people can be a carrier of this disease without portraying any symptoms. These people are known as being asymptomatic or having subclinical symptoms. The inhibition period of the virus is about 14 days, very much similar to the coronavirus. Treatment. There is currently no treatment protocol or vaccination for this virus. Thank you for listening. Please press the subscribe button and stay safe during this pandemic.